To cultivate a warm, meaningful relationship, you must listen and appreciate the needs, preferences, fears, and concerns of your child. Try to be a good listener. Reward the child for the things they do well by using empathy. Never compare and do not discredit. Show your child that you are proud of them, even in failure. Seize opportunities to give them positive feedback. This usually happens when we are relaxed, laugh with them, go for a walk, etc. Strengthen their friendships by getting in contact with their peers, friends, invite them at home sometimes, etc. Set a good example. Be yourself a good example in everyday life. Find ways to empower their effort. Give positive feedback to them for every effort they make. How we can help our child to set limits and become assertive in a proper way. Assertiveness is not a simple skill and needs constant practice until it is adopted. If you are not sure how to be assertive, read about it first or seek advice from an experienced specialist. Encourage healthy disagreement with them using realistic arguments. Allow them to make mistakes. Avoid harsh criticism. We label a particular behavior and not our child himself or herself. We don't use labels. Help them participate in sports, artwork, or other indoor and outdoor activities. If your child is being bullied online, then help them use the internet in a safe way. You can find lots of material for parents online. If your child is threatened with physical violence, take appropriate measures immediately to ensure that their physical integrity is not at risk. Help them learn about the rights they have in real life and online. When you see that someone is being threatened unfairly or violently, don't turn your back. Instead, you have to take a stand in any way you can. And this is going to be a very good example for your child. How observers feel and react has a lot to do with self-awareness, self-esteem, and the capacity to be assertive. Are all observers equal? Have you ever wondered if all observers are equal? No, definitely not. There are various types of observers. There are observers who support the violent child by laughing, applauding, and using other forms of approval. They think that this way they feel strong too. There are bystanders who walk away from the place where bullying occurs and pretend they didn't see or hear anything. There are others who are so frightened that they freeze because they are afraid of being targeted themselves the other minute. Usually, these are children who have the same profile as the child being bullied. Others, that they don't know what to do, they feel trapped and don't take a stand. They don't believe that talking to someone about it or reacting will change anything. They think that reporting an incident of bullying is snitching. And others, of course, there is a group of children, of bystanders, of observers that try to help the child who is being bullied almost immediately, disapprove the behavior of those who bully, and act immediately so as to seek for help in some way. How observers feel? They feel that they could be themselves in the victim's position, therefore they are very afraid to talk or react in any way. They feel nervous and insecure. They feel sad and psychologically weak since they cannot react as they could possibly wish, so as to support the child who is bullied. They sometimes experience a negative school atmosphere themselves or do not perform well at school. Therefore, they also feel inferior to other children who do well and this prevents them from being assertive. So, what can I do as a parent, as a carer of a child or another child when he or she reports that their friend has been bullied? A child who knows that someone is being bullied needs support so as to communicate to someone what they have seen or what they have known. An observer's concerns relate to the fact that they don't know what to do or don't want to make things worse. They don't know if their actions will make any difference. They feel insecure in case they intervene. They worry about the consequences that may come up in their friendship with other children in case they intervene. And they believe that if they decide to intervene, they will become the next victim. We can advise our children to take a stand against bullying, to show respect for peers. Talk to them about their rights. Teach them to be assertive in a proper way without being passive or aggressive. If possible, inform a family member or carer of the child being bullied about the bullying incident that your child is witnessing. Inform the school about the incident. Think together with your child of some possible other ways you could support the child being bullied. And always try to respect the solution that your child suggests. Ask your child, after a couple of days, if there has been any progress about the case. Be present for any child who has been bullied and make it clear to others that you support them.